Most X870 motherboards look powerful until you actually build on them, and that's where most people realize they paid more without getting more performance. Let's get into it, starting with number 5. Number 5. ASRock X870 LiveMixer Wi-Fi. This board is trying to do too much at once. It's marketed toward content creators and streamers, but the execution feels half-baked compared to what you'd actually need for serious production work. The built-in audio mixing features sound cool on paper, but in reality, most creators already have their audio setup dialed in with external gear. You're paying extra for features you probably won't use. The board itself is solid enough. You get decent VRM cooling and standard X870 connectivity, but nothing here screams must-have for the price point. Where it actually shines is the Wi-Fi 7 support and solid number of USB ports for connecting all your streaming peripherals. The BIOS is typical ASRock, functional, but not as polished as ASUS or MSI. It gets the job done, but you'll spend more time navigating menus than you'd like. The biggest issue? The price doesn't match the value. You're paying a premium for content creator branding when a cheaper board with a dedicated audio interface would serve you better. The RGB implementation is also pretty basic. If you care about that sort of thing, you'll be disappointed. Who's it for? Streamers who want an all-in-one solution without buying external audio gear. But honestly, you're better off spending that money elsewhere. Bottom line, the ASRock X870 LiveMixer Wi-Fi tries to be everything, but ends up being mediocre at most things. Skip it unless you really need those specific audio features. Otherwise, better boards exist for less money. Number 4. Gigabyte X870 AORUS Elite Wi-Fi 7. This is where things start getting interesting. Gigabyte delivered a surprisingly solid board here, without the usual gimmicks that inflate prices. It's straightforward, well-built, and actually makes sense for most people building an AM5 system. The VRM setup handles even high-end Ryzen chips without breaking a sweat, and the cooling solution actually works instead of just looking pretty. You get Wi-Fi 7, plenty of M2 slots with proper heat sinks, and a clean layout that doesn't feel cramped when you're building. The PCIe slot spacing is intelligent. You won't have clearance issues with chunky GPUs. Where Gigabyte nails it is the price-to-performance ratio. This board competes with options costing significantly more while delivering 95% of the features most people actually use. The BIOS has improved massively over previous generations. It's actually usable now without wanting to throw your keyboard across the room. But let's talk downsides. The RGB software is still Gigabyte's garbage RGB Fusion, which barely works half the time. Audio is fine, but nothing special. Realtek codec that does the job without impressing anyone. And if you're into heavy overclocking, you'll hit limitations faster than with premium boards. Who's it for? Builders who want solid performance without paying for features they don't need. Great value for high-end Ryzen builds. Bottom line, the Gigabyte X870 AORUS Elite. Wi-Fi 7 is what most people should actually buy. It's competent, affordable, and doesn't waste your money on nonsense. Highly recommended for value-focused builds. Number 3. ASUS TUF Gaming X870 Plus Wi-Fi. This is where ASUS's mid-range lineup really shines. The TUF series has always been about balancing quality with reasonable pricing, and this board absolutely delivers on that promise without cutting corners where it matters. Build quality is outstanding. The board feels substantial. The VRM heat sinks are chunky and effective, and everything from the PCIe retention clips to the M.2 tool-free installation system feels properly engineered. ASUS clearly spent time making this thing durable, hence the whole TUF branding actually meaning something for once. The feature set hits the sweet spot. Wi-Fi 6E, not 7, but honestly, who cares right now? Excellent audio with the Realtek S1220A codec, and comprehensive connectivity without overwhelming you with ports you'll never touch. The BIOS is classic ASUS, intuitive, feature-rich, and actually pleasant to use. Memory overclocking is smooth, and the board handles Ryzen 9 chips without thermal issues. Now the criticism? It's boring. There's zero personality here. The aesthetics are gray, military-industrial complex vibes that won't excite anyone. Also, ASUS's software suite, Armory Crate, is still bloated garbage that tries to do everything and succeeds at nothing. Uninstall it immediately and manage RGB through BIOS. Who's it for? Anyone building a serious gaming or productivity rig who wants reliability over flashy features, perfect for Ryzen 7 and 9 builds. Bottom line, the ASUS Tough Gaming X870 O+ Wi-Fi is boring in the best possible way. It just works, doesn't break, and gives you everything you actually need. Solid choice for most builders. If this helped, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell. More honest motherboard reviews are coming your way. And no need to dig around, I've dropped all the links you need right there in the description. Number 2. MSI MAG X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi. MSI absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. The Tomahawk series has been legendary for years, and this X870E version continues that tradition, while adding genuinely useful features instead of marketing nonsense. Let's start with what matters: power delivery. The VRM on this thing is absurdly overbuilt for a board in this price range. You could run a Ryzen 9 9950X under full load all day and this board wouldn't even breathe hard. The cooling solution is massive, well-designed, and actually makes contact with the components. Looking at you, budget boards with decorative heat sinks. Feature-wise, you get Wi-Fi 7, ridiculous amounts of USB connectivity, including multiple USB 4 ports, 6 M.2 slots with proper cooling, and PCIe 5.0 support for when that actually matters in a few years. The layout is chef's kiss perfect. Everything is exactly where it should be. Cable management is effortless, and there are no stupid design choices that make you curse during installation. MSI's BIOS continues to be excellent. Clean interface, powerful overclocking tools, and memory compatibility is outstanding. This board eats up even difficult RAM kits without complaining. The only real weakness? It's not cheap. You're paying for quality, but budget builders will feel the sting. Also, the RGB is fine, but nothing spectacular if you're into that aesthetic. Who's it for? Enthusiasts and power users who want flagship features without flagship prices. Exceptional for high-end Ryzen builds. Bottom line, the MSI MAG X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi is damn near perfect for its price point. It's what every motherboard should aspire to be. Powerful, well-designed, and properly engineered. Highly recommended. And finally, my number 1 pick. ASUS ROG Crosshair X870E Hero. Topping the list is the ASUS ROG Crosshair X870E Hero. And this is what happens when ASUS decides to build a motherboard without compromise. This is flagship territory, and the price tag reflects it. But if you want the absolute best AM5 platform, this is it. Period. The power delivery on this board is genuinely obscene. 18 plus 2 plus 2 power stages with 110 ampere MOSFETs that can handle literally anything AMD throws at it now and in the future. You could probably power a small city with the VRM on this thing. Overclocking headroom is massive. If you're into pushing Ryzen chips to their limits, this board enables things cheaper options simply can't handle. Feature set is comprehensive to the point of excess. Wi-Fi 7, USB 4, 8 M.2 slots, ridiculous connectivity, premium audio with ESS DAC, and build quality that feels like military hardware. The BIOS is ASUS's best work. Deep customization, excellent memory support, and stable overclocking profiles that actually work. The AI overclocking features aren't just marketing fluff, they genuinely help optimize performance. But let's be brutally honest, it's expensive as hell. You're paying $700 plus for features most people will never use. The RGB software, Armory Crate, is still hot garbage, and unless you're doing extreme overclocking or running professional workloads, you won't notice much difference from boards costing half as much. Who's it for? Extreme overclockers, professionals needing maximum reliability, enthusiasts who want the best regardless of cost. This is actually the board I chose for my own personal PC, and I'd make the same choice again. Bottom line, the ASUS ROG Crosshair X870E Hero is the ultimate AM5 motherboard. It's overkill for most people, but if you demand perfection and have the budget, nothing else compares. Just be honest about whether you actually need this level of hardware. And that wraps up my countdown of the best AMD X870 motherboards you can get this year. Most people overspend on motherboards. Now you won't. Drop your favorite in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.